Listen, SB with the truth, it might pierce your mind. And JP hit you with reality all the time. The way to keep it all the way 100, it should be a crime. Sports, news, politics, on the show you will find. Conversation grown, opinions they not alone. Savannah be the home, they coming straight for your dome. It is what it is, gonna be what it's gonna be. You are rocking with the Sean Brown Show with JP.
Yo, what it do, what it do, what it do? Your boy JP in the building. It's the Sean Brown Show with JP. JP in the building, my boy Lee Pearson, straight out the A in the house.
What's up?
Man, what's going on, big fella?
Wait, hold on. I'm guest hosting today, right? We got 2 guest hosts today.
Oh,
2.
we do?
Yes.
Oh.
Yes.
Where's the other one?
LP, straight out of Savannah, Georgia.
He gonna come in here or what?
No. And Vince Carter. Tar Heel Nation.
Get out of here, bro.
That's right.
Look at the
Vince
struggle.
in the building.
That man got his
Vince Carter in the building.
That man got his bedroom pajamas on. That man came dressed for bed, ladies and gentlemen. What are you?
I see it.
What are you doing?
Authentic Nike. Vince.
Whatever.
Vince Carter.
I don't nobody care.
Greatest dunker ever.
And
Greatest dunker ever. Tar Heel Nation.
Dunker ever.
Greatest dunker ever.
Dude, you're tripping.
Who's better?
Dominique, maybe? Maybe
Wait,
Michael?
I didn't say the hardest dunker ever. I said the greatest dunker ever.
Until I see Vince Carter go behind his back, Zach LaVine is a great dunker.
Okay, Zach LaVine is a great dunker.
Yes.
But what does that have to do with anything?
Hey,
We're
man,
talking
look.
about live in-game, jumping over 7-footers, dunker in the game. In-game. Okay,
Listen,
look,
that ain't
take
what we came in to talk about.
take away from the fact that he's a Tar Heel, okay? All right, because I know you lead with your Duke horns first, with your Duke Devil horns first, and that's okay.
And don't judge me. Don't judge me. We in the building. 89-67 worth of in the building.
Right, that was an upset.
Whoa. Oh, this is God. I have to kick this man
That's
off my
right.
show 2
You heard
minutes into the show.
You heard it. Duke upset Iona yesterday.
You know, you can eat one. That's what you can do.
Duke upset Iona.
Or maybe use this cuss button.
I already told you. I already told y'all how it goes.
Whatever.
Historically, you guys should have lost yesterday against the number 15 seed. We know how Duke. We know how you do.
Well, history tends to repeat itself, but not today. It might be y'all's turn to catch an upset.
That's not gonna happen.
Really?
Yeah,
Okay.
not at all.
They said Iona was
Against
going to beat us
Lipscomb,
too.
Savannah State beat Lipscomb. Come on.
It don't matter. Go on, you discredited Savannah State, though.
No,
for.
I'm not.
Are you not?
Speaking of Savannah State, shout out to the MEAC. Although I will go on record I have to ask this question. MEAC conference, everyone, MEAC fans, MEAC followers, how did you let Central do it again?
I don't know. That's kind of difficult for me to swallow myself.
Central? They weren't even in the top. Were they in the top 5? I think they were number 6.
Yeah.
They were number 6,
they were
right?
out. They were out in the top 5.
The number 6 rank. Come on. But
That's the way the cookie crumbles, bro.
You're right, because look, I'm not going to discredit Central for being a number 6 seed in the MEAC because guess what? North Carolina was a number 6 seed in the ACC, and they got to the championship game as well. Okay?
That is correct.
All right.
Good point.
And I'm never discrediting North Carolina. I don't care what happens. There you go.
So anyway, welcome to the Sean Brown Show with JP. We in the building here in Savannah, man. St. Patrick's Day weekend. If you're not in the place, this is St. Patrick's Day weekend. Second biggest party in the country, besides Boston, Massachusetts. And they ain't partying nothing because half of their city is filled with snow right now.
Right. So this year,
you need to get to Savannah.
Right.
Catch a
We're the
flight.
biggest.
Get to Savannah. It's going down, man. A lot is going on, man. March Madness is underway. Bro, my bracket is busted completely.
Hey, look, I already told you. As soon as Duke won last night, I was done.
Why is the God?
Look, my insatiable loathe for Duke is not going to let me get y'all out of the first weekend.
Do you know Melvin Cochran Jr. has y'all winning the national championship?
I have us winning the national
What
championship
is wrong
as well.
with y'all?
What do you mean?
Okay.
Why won't we?
Why won't you? I can think of a few. What bracket are y'all in? I can think of a few reasons. Providence, Michigan.
Man, please don't call Providence. Come on.
Xavier.
Get out of here. Don't call Providence. All right?
Gonzaga's too big for y'all, first of all.
That's what they said last year.
Oh, y'all didn't play them last year, did y'all?
What?
Y'all didn't play them last year, did y'all?
We didn't play Gonzaga last year?
No.
Who did we beat for the national championship last year?
It was Gonzaga, wasn't it? Yeah, it was. That's how much
See,
I pay attention
I
to
expect that from a Duke.
That's how much I pay attention to your school.
That's because basketball season ended for y'all a month before that.
Hey, man, listen, for one thing you're not about to do.
Oh, hell no.
One thing you're not about to do is come for my Blue Devils for this whole hour. You're not about to do that.
I thought that's why you called me up here.
No, you know I didn't come here.
Okay.
I didn't call you to come heckle my team. We already won. Y'all still gotta win. You're not gonna sit here and heckle us.
All I know is
dude, that jersey is too big, bro.
Yeah, because I bought it when I was 247.
What are you now? 248?
Oh man.
Anyway, man.
Is that one higher?
That is correct.
Oh, speaking of one higher, 6 is greater than 5, isn't it? You walk right into it.
Man,
really 7, but
Kevin Garnett, where you at, bro?
For whatever reason, Duke fans refuse to give North Carolina the 1924 championship. It's okay.
Because none of us was here to see it.
I wasn't here to see the one in 50-something either.
Whatever. But at least they got a banner for it.
It's a banner for the 1924 one, too.
Man, you need to take it down and refurbish it.
It's just it wasn't called the NCAA. It was
probably, well, then it definitely don't count that.
No. They played in the NCAA, but the tournament was called something else.
Oh, so it's not like the 64-team tournament?
No, it was that many teams. It was just that it was named like for something for real. Yeah. Whatever.
Anyway, so if your bracket ain't busted right now, congratulations. You are a genius, and I'd like to know the lottery numbers for the weekend.
You're right.
I don't know. What's your biggest surprise of the tournament so far? I know mine, but
you don't want to know mine.
I know mine.
So wait. Okay, first let me just say this. In all honesty, I did favor all the ACC schools because I just feel like we against the field, we should be better than I think 1 and 3 right now. We should be better than 1 and 3 against the field out of the ACC. That's yes. I mean, I'm just saying.
Yeah, so Virginia Tech went down.
Right. Miami lost. NC State lost. Right. Duke won.
Thank you.
Yep.
The shining light of the ACC right now. Thank you.
And I appreciate that, actually.
Because,
I mean, hey, look, the longer someone out of the ACC stays in the tournament, the more revenue shares we get.
And me and you personally don't see any of that. Thank you.
Right.
So if you weren't keeping up, if you didn't see games last night, couple of upsets. Of course, we know Loyola Chicago pulled off probably the biggest upset in the last few years, beating Miami 64-62. Man, listen, that was a good game though. The whole thing was good.
On a ugly 3-point shot. And look.
No.
Let me tell you.
No.
Hold on. Let me tell you. Let me tell you something about this 3-point shot, okay? Now, I've been getting all the grief and all the flack about 3-pointers at the buzzer, okay? Being a Tar Heel fan, you know I have. And especially
Chris Jenkins, what's up, big fella?
Especially this year from Miami. And then to see Miami lose on a 3-point shot at the buzzer, I was like, I saw that, says Karma. Yeah.
But, so, but it wasn't an ugly 3-point shot, though.
No, I mean, like.
Feet square, elbow in. Come on, man. Cash.
But look, I'm going to tell you what was ugly about it. Did you see the kid defending it? Hand down.
Hand down, man down.
Why would you do that?
That's what we do.
Time's running out. You put your hand up. You make him have to make another choice. Remember, Luke May guarded the 3-point attempt by your boy. I hate him.
Who?
Well, he plays for Duke, so it could be anybody, but the golden child, he be tripping, literally.
Oh, Grayson?
So Grayson Allen pulls up for a 3-point and tries to pump fake, and Luke May stands his ground, but also puts his hand up, and it makes him have to double clutch and shoot some kind of off-balance shot that hits the other side of the backboard. I mean, that's how you defend that in the clutch. I don't understand how he just stood there and let him two-step into that the same way Chris Jenkins did for Villanova.
Well, I think Diacono played that very well when they played y'all in the championship 2 years ago.
Oh, my God.
He drove and kicked.
Right. But the problem was, we can revisit that, and I can tell you the problem with that situation started from the inbound because we didn't defend it.
True enough.
And that's one thing that the Tar Heels are known for. When they have all the length and all the size,
honestly, you didn't need that 3 at that point because the game was tied. So you had to defend everything.
No. I'm talking about defending the inbound to make that first pass even difficult. and they didn't do it. Bryce Johnson was a master that year. Every time somebody tried to inbound the ball, we were almost guaranteed to get at least 1 or 2 or 3 turnovers a game off of him tipping the inbounds pass.
Right.
And then all of a sudden in the clutch, in the national championship game, we don't call. Come on. He doesn't defend it. And this is one of the times Roy used the timeout. You know, Roy has more timeouts in his closet at the house than any coach I've ever seen in college basketball because he never uses them.
But, I mean, you got to.
He said he gets that from Dean Smith.
I mean, you do have a point, but, I mean, I guess you could say that. But, you know, regardless, nevertheless, on to 2018.
Right.
Buffalo beats Arizona in a blowout. Blowout.
Who?
Who he play for?
Buffalo. Who's the starting point guard? Who's the coach for Buffalo? Right, no clue. So what is Arizona going to do now? You know what?
Regroup,
you know what could happen?
Get this scandal out the way.
You're right. So look, now the scandal's about to be full-fledged in effect in Arizona now because they have nothing else to play for. You see what happened when they started naming Izzo, Krzyzewski, Roy Williams. Then somebody called somebody and said, hey. Stop that right now.
Yeah. I mean, let's look at it this way. Buffalo shot, I'm trying to look at their stats right now, 54% from the field and 50% from 3.
Goodness.
More or less, you're going to win those games. And they shot 85% from the line.
At some point, somebody has to say, guard the perimeter.
Absolutely. But they beat Arizona in every category except offensive rebounds.
I mean, when you shoot
22 rebounds,
when you shoot
defensively.
50%, you don't have offensive rebound chances.
Well, true enough. They did commit 10 turnovers. Arizona, the only thing that killed Arizona was field goal percentage of 3-point shooting. That was it.
So that means they had a cold night. You know who else? That happened at Georgetown when Villanova beat them.
That is correct.
Mm-hmm.
That is correct. That's the biggest upset of the tournament.
Right.
Well, for right now.
What's the biggest upset all time in your mind?
NC State, Georgetown. Or NC State, Houston.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. That's a no-brainer, bro.
NC State, Houston.
That's a no-brainer.
I was going to say Princeton over UCLA. Because of wait. No. To me, the biggest upset was I'll give it to him. When Duke beat an undefeated 31, I think, UNLV team. That was definitely the biggest
That's
upset.
correct. I'll take that. I would take
I'll
that.
give him that.
I would definitely take that.
And the only reason I'm giving him that is because that was right around the time where Chris Webber called the timeout heard around the world, and Dean Smith won a national championship. So thank you,
if it
Chris.
wasn't for, I'm about to say, if it wasn't for Chris Webber, you guys would have 5.
6, but okay.
5.
6.
5.
We're not going to argue that.
You're not going to argue that. No, you have no choice. How you not going to argue that?
Because we have 7.
Wait a minute.
North Carolina has 7.
Oh, my God. Why are we even talking about this?
That's just the thing. Look, you know my argument about that. My argument there is always, you can't tell me that I can't claim a national championship from 1924, but y'all around here trying to claim that Barack Obama wasn't the first black president because we had one in 1720. So if y'all want to go that far back in history for historic accounts of something happening, then let me get that 1924 national championship, please. That's all I'm saying.
I don't want to give it to you.
Of course you don't.
I don't. Even if I root for St. John's, I still
just
don't want
win
to
another one. Speaking of St. John's, you don't want to speak their name because for whatever reason, y'all had a hard time with them. Oh, y'all lost to them this year.
Yeah, we lose to them like every other third year.
Yeah, what is that about?
But we don't.
We lost to
we don't lose to Wofford. Thank you.
Right,
we don't
lost
lose
to Wofford.
Former Georgia Southern co-worker.
Right.
I don't. We don't lose to teams like that.
We did lose to Wofford.
Yes, y'all did.
But we beat Duke twice, so who cares?
But you lost,
that's basically
but you
how
lost
we
to
feel.
But you lost to Wofford at home.
But that's how we feel about that in Tar Heel Nation. But we beat Duke twice.
All I know is don't let Lipscomb or the winner of Texas A&M and Providence beat y'all.
Whatever. We can lose to the Salvation Army Saints, but we beat Duke twice this year. Who cares?
Which one's more important, sir?
Huh?
Which one's more important,
Right
competing
now-
for
right
a
now-
national
right now-
championship
right now,
or
the
beating
fact-
us twice?
Right now, the fact that we beat Duke twice until we get to the Final Four again. Then it's going to be we have
if
more
you don't
Final
survive
Fours.
in the tournament, the only thing you have to live off of is you beat Duke twice.
Hey, man, that's all we need.
But you know what the better thing is? You could possibly say you beat the eventual national champion twice.
You think Duke's going to win the national championship this
I
year?
don't have them in my bracket to win, but it's possible
Oh. How do you not have Duke in your bracket to win?
because I'm a realist.
Oh, okay. I'll give you that. You're Jay Billis right now. I get it.
I'm a realist. I'm a realist, bro. I mean, I got us potentially getting knocked out Sweet 16 by Michigan State, but we beat them already, so we already know how to play them.
I don't see Michigan State even, but I don't see them beating you guys either, though. But
Yeah, we
my
beat 'em
bracket,
already.
look, according to my bracket, y'all are already home. So after yesterday, so whatever.
And see, that's why you'll never win the bracket challenge.
But that's
on
why I
ESPN.
That's why I never enter it. no skin off my back, bro.
True enough,
That's why I
true
never
enough.
enter it.
So anyway, can we get the scores now, guys?
Okay, go. All
We
right,
gonna
got
talk
you.
trash for an hour? Or we gonna talk about these scores? What are we gonna do? Well,
A
you talk trash.
A combination of the two. Because
talk
I'm
trash and
pretty
you'll
sure.
sleep, so.
I'm pretty sure it's gonna be entertaining.
You talk trash and you'll sleep.
Are you
so I
not
mean, that's
entertained? Where's that on your? Oh,
it's not here. It's not here.
I got it.
It's not here. So anyway, yeah, we really here. So anyway, the
Dick
first
Enberg and Greg Gumbel here with. Oh man, that sounds just like this.
Dick Enberg. God, somebody current maybe.
Brent Musburger.
Ernie. Golly.
No, look, but that's the CBS people though. You're talking about Ernie Johnson. He's from TNT.
There you go.
Yeah.
The realist.
Right.
Right. So anyway,
Another-
the first half of the first round is over with.
No.
Teams that were supposed to win won. Kansas,
Kentucky,
Duke. No, I had Kentucky losing that game. But Tennessee.
to Davidson.
Yes, absolutely.
You would know about how hard it is to play Davidson.
Would we?
We done had this conversation too. Everything you say today can go right back to a Duke Carolina argument. Okay, so let's not.
It can.
Yeah. All I'm gonna say is win, lose, or draw. Y'all single handedly sent Steph Curry to the league.
True.
Period.
And I think we're better for it. And I think he will thank us for that.
I'm pretty sure he has.
Yes.
He and his brother probably talk about it
All the time.
All the time. Every family function.
Right.
Like, dude, if it wasn't for y'all.
Duke will always run through that family twice.
Right.
Because Seth went.
Right.
That is correct.
Mhm.
And Stephen Curry had probably the game of his college career
Twice.
against us.
Twice.
Yes.
Right.
But in a losing
That's
effort.
okay. Right.
It's
he
okay.
lost twice, yeah.
Yeah, you lost twice.
Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah.
Are we done?
We did that once before too.
Yeah. I know.
Hey, look, when I played for Savannah State, we sent a dude. His name was Antonio Harris. This was in 1998, and he had to be something special for me to remember his name even after all these years. This man hit 16 threes on us in Wiley and went and played professional ball off of that. He had our fans standing up, holding their hands up when the ball was in the air, dude.
Really?
It was crazy.
Is that Kayla, you're going to have to tell us if you can hear us now. We maybe have been talking a little bit too low. But let us know how we sound, man. Amanda Mendiola, that's my homie from work, man. Appreciate you watching. Drew Smith, Coach Davis in the building.
Coach.
Man, get in here and talk some stuff, man, for real. Let me get you on this air real quick now that I have two people in here. But once again, we'll try to go to these scores in the South. Tennessee beats Wright State 73-47. That was an ugly game. That was about bowl and shoe ugly right there. That's how Jim Ross was saying. It was bowl and shoe ugly. Kentucky beat Davidson. Buffalo moves on in the big upset. Loyola Chicago moves on in the big upset. You got Kentucky and Buffalo, Loyola and Tennessee.
Who picked that?
I didn't pick that. I had Kentucky, Arizona, and I had Miami, Tennessee.
I definitely had Miami, Tennessee.
I had that. So my bracket's gone.
Right.
West bracket, Ohio State beat South Dakota State in a closer game than I thought it would be.
Right.
What's that, 8 points?
Right.
Yeah, 8-point win for Ohio State. They're going to face Gonzaga in the round of 32. And another close one. Greensboro almost pulled that out, bro.
Man, look. So you remember Greensboro, they've had some pretty close games too, being in that little ACC area where they play some really tough competitors during their offseason. Their out of conference schedules are usually inclusive of some ACC schools. even some SEC schools, but
Talk
they
in the
definitely.
mic, bro. Cause I can't even hear you.
Oh. There you go. I just wanted to make sure. I heard it. I want. That's where I was going with that.
Hey man, Sean
Alright,
gonna be
so
mad.
look.
You spitting all in his mic.
I didn't do that.
Sour. God, Jesus. What are you doing, man?
What is wrong with
Tearing
this
up my
man?
studio, bro.
Man, look. It was like this when I found it.
This man is tearing up my stuff.
It was like
man.
that. It was like this when I found it.
Okay, yeah. You woke up like that. Okay.
Right.
So yeah,
With this jersey on, let you tell it.
God, so it probably smells like bed sheets and sweat.
Smells like Duke victories.
Oh God. Oh, well,
I wonder if this jersey ever lost to Duke. Probably not.
Actually, they did the first game.
They actually did one time.
Yeah.
They did one time. I remember that. Dude, I did the same thing. We're not going to tell anyone what it is that we're hearing off to the side, but yeah, that is crazy.
See, look at Sean
Right.
Brown on it. Man, if you don't stop spitting in my mic.
So I was actually on the side of it, Sean, by the way.
Dougie Sauer
Anyway.
in the building.
Anyway, Houston in a close game over San Diego State, 67-65. That was about to be another 11.
Another bracket buster.
Another upset.
I'm glad Houston won that one.
Right.
It saved a little bit of my West bracket.
At least a little bit.
And
Shouts out
Michigan.
to
I got Michigan
Big
beating
Ten.
y'all. Let's
Big
go.
Ten champ. Oh, wait
I got
a minute.
Michigan beat. If Providence don't get you,
in the rematch
Michigan
of the
will.
1990. Oh, all right. In the rematch of the 1995, 1993. What 93? Yeah.
93. Yes, if Providence don't get you, Michigan will. Because I got Providence beating Texas A&M today.
Now I do have Providence beating Texas A&M.
That is correct.
I don't believe in SEC basketball unless it's Kentucky.
Come on, man.
I just don't. Who else in recent past has been relevant out of the SEC? Hasn't been Georgia, hasn't been Texas A&M, hasn't been Missouri, hasn't been Alabama.
Well, Missouri hadn't been relevant for years
Right.
before this year.
What? Wait, what happened?
Is that Roddy shoe and smelt it?
That's something you do after you done been in it all day, not
Boy,
not
listen.
12
Are y'all
o'clock.
just getting off the road?
No, we've been here since like
I'm
2
about to
o'clock
say,
this morning.
yeah. I mean, rub this shoe.
And then smelled it. What?
Man, come on, man. You
Hey,
gotta
hold
come
on,
over
hold on,
here.
hold on. Hey, let me put the camera on.
Man, come over here real quick, man. If you in here, you might as well show your face.
You might as well.
Come on, man. You might as well show your face, bro. All right, he's gonna be a couch dweller.
Right. In the East bracket, Villanova over Radford. Virginia Tech falls to Alabama. Okay, relevance in
I had
the
that
SEC. Let's talk about Alabama. All right,
I
this
had
is
that
when
one.
I knew Alabama could possibly be the real deal. Not really against the field, but at least to survive in the tournament. Remember, Alabama played with 3 players
That is correct.
and almost won the game.
That is correct.
But it was against was it a conference team? I think it was a conference opponent.
No,
I can't remember
it wasn't.
I can't remember
was
who the
non-conference.
opponent was.
It was
Anyway,
not.
how do you lose to 3 players? And they came close. They
But
came
I'm
close.
just
to
saying,
winning.
Colin Sexton is the truth, bro.
Right, I agree. And I mean, they don't have a slouch as a coach either. So
No, true.
you know,
They don't.
right,
Avery Johnson,
right.
better college coach than pro coach.
Yes, and I think the reason why is because when you look at somebody like Avery Johnson, you look at some of the college coaches that actually tried their hand in the NBA. It's a totally different situation. I like Avery Johnson as an X's and O guy, and then also a motivator type person. But when you get into NBA, man, you got to be the motivator, the coach, the counselor, the financial advisor.
Right,
You know,
exactly.
you got to be the team manager. Like, you're managing grown men, and you're managing the kind of egos that could very easily make you a 10th place team in the conference. You see what I'm saying?
Very true.
Yeah, and I just think at a lower level, collegiate, maybe even high school, when you have those big name former NBA players that people grew up watching and grew up being fans of, I think they tend to just respect whatever is coming out of that person's mouth. You know what I'm saying?
I can understand
So,
that.
But yeah, but shouts out to Avery Johnson in Alabama. Also, I have to say this part. I don't know. Black History Month is over, but I just appreciate his longevity. You dealing with a place like Alabama. Remember, Alabama had a situation with football some years back where Sylvester Croom
Yeah, I remember that.
should have probably been the coach at Alabama. And it just didn't happen. And he ended up going to Mississippi State. And you know what happened there the first year when they played Alabama. He won. That was good karma coming back for him. But I appreciate the fact that Avery Johnson's coaching there. But their last coach was African-American as well.
That is correct.
Right. So they have actually they've been, pretty much on the plus side of human resources over the last few years. Yeah, I appreciate that. Shouts out to Alabama for that SEC town.
Hey, doing it.
Mhm.
So, where did you leave off at?
Florida.
Yeah.
Florida over St.
Yeah,
Bonaventure.
Florida over St. Bonaventure. I had St. Bonaventure, so that was my actual first. Well, it wasn't the first. The Miami game was my first, but then
Right.
St. Bonaventure losing, that killed me.
Right.
They'll play Texas Tech in the next round, around the 32, after they beat Stephen F. Austin by 10. We're going to say Alabama's going to play Villanova in the round of 32. Can they win that game? Can they win that game, Lee?
I don't think Alabama's going to win that game.
You don't think so?
If Alabama had, say, won the SEC tournament championship, then I think they would be coming in with just a little bit more momentum that would allow them to be more competitive with a Villanova. Now, it wasn't too long ago that we were talking about Alabama and could they beat North Carolina?
Right.
Didn't happen. And I think it's the same caliber situation where you just have Villanova, man, it's just too strong. I really felt like there was a chance if North Carolina had beaten Virginia, I thought there was a chance that Villanova would get the overall number 1 seed.
Yeah, because they've been there all year,
Right.
basically. So which boggles me because they had some tough losses. They had some
Right.
really bad losses. But, yeah, they'll play Alabama. We'll see what happens there. Kansas beats Penn 76-60, and Penn gave them a run in that first half.
Right.
A very good run at it. But
Mhm.
it seems like these 1-16 games, we already know what's kind of going to happen. But then
Right.
you have those 16 seeds that come out blazing in the first half.
Of course.
And then reality sets in the second half.
Well, you know what it is. It's just about depth, man.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
experience.
So when my
Kansas has been there.
starting five is as good as some teams' starting fives that are worthy of getting into the tournament period as like a mid-major or a low-major conference team, your starting five is probably really good.
Right.
But don't get into foul trouble. Don't get into an up and down game. I remember some years ago, man, Savannah State, they beat Southern Miss. Right?
Yeah.
Florida won the national championship that year, actually, and Southern Miss had actually beaten, I think it was either Auburn or both teams. And, they were riding the high. Larry U. Stacy was their coach. Yeah, let's talk about
Boy,
darkness.
you went back.
Darkness, man.
Great.
Man. How does he still okay, let me get out of that. Let me get out of that conversation.
Man,
Let me
chill
get
out,
out of that part of the
Chill out,
conversation.
bro. So you're going too far. You're
But
going too
anyway,
far.
so what happened was Horace Broadnex, he was methodical. I mean, it was probably 19 to 20 something at halftime. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
And that was how he stayed in the game and kept the game close long enough for them to exert whatever energy they had left to pull the game out at the end.
Right.
When these teams get in the tournament, there is no next game tomorrow.
Yeah.
You see what I'm
there's
saying?
there's a winner go home.
Right. So they come out and they're like, yeah, we got to go for it right now. And from the very beginning, they're at 10.
Right.
And then and then the big schools are like, yeah, let me remind you what
where
you're
you at,
really
who you
dealing
playing.
with. Right. And every now and then the officials get into that, but it's okay.
Every now and then.
Right.
Well, not this time because Kansas beat them.
Right.
Seton Hall beat NC State 94-83. Kansas and Seton Hall in the round of 32 in Wichita. Now we got Rhode Island and Oklahoma, which I called because Oklahoma. This is one thing I'll say. I prayed Oklahoma pulled that out because that was an automatic bye for Duke into the Sweet 16, basically. Because we was gonna go ahead and do construction work with Oklahoma, bro. Real talk.
Okay, I agree with that, except for the fact that I had Oklahoma playing Iona because I didn't like Duke to win yesterday. I don't like Duke to win ever.
Yeah.
And I'll take that one.
I
I'll
bet you
take
hate
that
their
minus one.
I bet you hate their graduates for graduating, right?
No, This is only about basketball. I actually rooted for Duke's football team the year that they were better than y'all's basketball team.
That has never happened. That has never happened.
Oh my God, Duke was playing for the ACC division. Yes, they were in the running while Duke was stinking it up on the basketball court the same year. Right.
And what year was that?
Who knows? It was like 3 or 4 or 5 years ago or so.
3 or 4 or 5, which would make 2015.
5? Maybe
you said 3 or 5.
12 or 13.
You said 3 or 5.
Whatever year, look it up. Whatever
year
year it
3
was,
years
Duke,
ago.
Whatever year it was, Duke was. As a matter of fact, Duke actually played, I think, Jameis Winston for the conference championship that year.
Oh yeah, that was 3 years ago.
Yeah, but Duke's men's basketball team was like losing to Lehigh or something.
Not 3 years ago.
Okay, Mercer.
Not 3 years ago.
Okay.
You know what 3 years ago from now was?
2014.
3 years ago from now?
I mean 2015.
Yeah. We won the national championship that year.
Then it wasn't the same year.
Are you sure?
Then it was the year before.
Are you sure? Because
it was the year before.
Because this is the same year where we lost the ACC championship.
Let me tell you, I draw.
We lost in the ACC in the second round.
I draw a blank. You know why? Because the last 2 years, we've been playing on the last day of basketball season. So I don't.
Man, Lord, if it be your will, please.
I don't know. I'm just saying.
Please let it be a day where Lipscomb just catches fire. Because I promise you, on everything, if y'all lose to Lipscomb today, 2-something in this afternoon, if y'all lose, I will personally get in my car, skip work, come to Atlanta, knock on your door, laugh, and leave.
Okay. Go ahead.
I will literally come to your door. What up, Lee? How you doing, man? I'm good, man. What you doing here?
Hey,
all right, I'll holler at you.
And you know what I'm going to say? While I'm holding the door still, I'm going to say, but we beat y'all twice. Bam! And I'm going to close the door in your face.
Not even going to matter.
We beat y'all twice.
Not even going to matter. If we get further in this tournament than y'all, I'm
like
satisfied.
That's like Miami. Cause I'm a Miami football fan, diehard Miami football fan, Hurricanes. Man, look here. I could care less what Miami does all year.
So sick of us with this Duke Carolina foolishness.
I don't know. No, that kind of thing never gets old. Duke Carolina never gets old. Florida State never gets old. Miami, Florida State never gets old.
Is in a national championship.
Right. So, needless
to
say, we'll see y'all next year because y'all won't get there.
Yeah, neither will y'all.
Easily. Whatever.
Golly, if y'all think y'all gonna win a national
like
championship,
then
Donald Trump is having a successful presidential thing.
Well, then you better hope the game ain't on Fox. That's all I'm gonna say about that. Because they can make some fake news and turn it into some reality. So, you know how that goes.
Oh, for any Donald Trump voters out there, I'm sorry if I offended you, but this is my show and you're listening.
Hey, look, they voted for Donald Trump. We're even.
Yeah, right. Exactly.
There you go.
So, second round. Well, actually, first round is going on right now.
First round starting right now.
I have no idea who's playing, but I'm about to find out. I'm about to find out, though. With this wonderful March Madness
noon right now.
Providence and Texas A&M is playing right now.
Okay, Purdue is going to be playing Fullerton
at 12:40 in about 5 minutes.
Okay.
Right now, Providence is up on Texas A&M 8-7 on CBS. I'm actually about to sit here and do that.
Stream it. There you go.
Yeah. So we'll be able to tell you what's going on with Providence and Texas A&M live as we're watching it right now.
I like that.
But oh yeah, man, I do my due diligence to make my listeners happy, even though I had you on the show today.
You mean thanks to having me on the show today? Not
you are a lifesaver because I'm very, very sporadic when I do this show by myself.
It's okay.
So
I like the show either way.
No, I appreciate
Sean. You're right, because Sean always reels it back in.
Whatever.
Right. Wow.
Yeah, there you go. You got it. There it is. So yeah, 11:41 left in the first half. Providence is up on Texas A&M 8-7. I don't have any audio because I'm sitting here talking to y'all, but that's gonna be that's the first game on the docket right now. What'd you say the second game was? Who's about to play?
Fullerton.
Cal State Fullerton and
Purdue.
Yeah.
Purdue spent a lot of time in the top 10 this year too.
Yeah, they did.
Yeah.
Surprisingly.
Right.
But they're not gonna lose. Well, I said the same thing about their Miami and Loyola Chicago.
Oh, man, dude, don't remind me. The ACC
I don't know,
the ACC is 1-3 right now.
Duke, I don't know about
That's about
this.
the same record Duke had when Krzyzewski took his leave of absence last year.
Can you leave us alone for like for the remainder of the show? We got
It
25
never-
minutes left.
It never stops.
Will you stop?
It never stops.
Okay, well we can do that off the air, and then if it comes to that, we can fight. But can we at least talk about the rest of the
The
tournament?
fight won't be fair because
it won't because you
as
won't be
soon as
fighting for
Coach
real.
K, because as soon as Coach K turns up his rat face, the officiating goes to his favor.
Hey man, listen. All I ask is that your coach does not pass out on the side if he gets
Whatever,
down
man.
by 7.
Your coach looks like Master Splinter. Get out of
Doesn't matter. My coach's hair is still black too.
here. Dude, just for men. Come on, man. Come on. That's probably a piece up there in real life.
Well,
It never moves.
it's his piece. No, how can that be a piece? And he's been wearing it for 25 years. He was wearing that same piece when they won the '92 championship.
That's how
That
Steve
can't
Harvey.
be no
That's how
piece.
Steve Harvey's was, and then he told the truth.
No, you could tell that was a piece, sir.
Why?
Ain't
'Cause his
nobody
tape line was
hairline
clean?
that darn
I
sharp,
knew you was
bro.
gonna say that.
Nobody hairline was
knew you was
ever
gonna say-
in the history of life that sharp all the time.
It
I know you
remind-
make money, but you got that much money to get a haircut every other day?
It,
No.
it reminds me of that dude on Facebook and Instagram that like puts all the black around his tape line on purpose, and it'd be like way up here. He's too much. He went too far.
Yeah, you went way too far.
No,
Way
him,
too
not
far.
me. Him. He did.
Why him?
He went too far
How?
because he puts it like right here. It's looking ridiculous, man.
That's not, you know what? You can stop talking about people's hairlines. They do the best they can, bro.
Hey, look. Let me tell you.
They do the best they can.
Look. Let me tell you.
What you did? Come on home.
Right. You don't fight against. You know how you beat nature?
I don't know. How do
You
beat
you
nature?
get out of the fight. Whatever. Let them have it. Sheesh. Let them have it.
Anyway, I'm about to pay a bill. We gonna actually, when we come back, we're gonna try to talk about the tournament. Providence has gone up by 3 on Texas A&M with 9:42 left. So, yeah, we'll be right back.
All right.
Drummer for Grammy Award winner Estelle. And turn up the radio for Sean Brown Show with JP.
Natty before I feel
What you want to explain? Since you
Go ahead and talk
talking,
about it.
Go and talk.
Go ahead and talk about
Come
it.
on.
Aw, this is-
Anybody told you to come to the studio with your phone on 3%? Man, we back, y'all, man.
Look.
Sean Brown Show. Second half, man. My boy Lee Piston
Right.
in the building, man.
What's up?
With this extra notorious B.I.G. size North Carolina shirt on.
Oh,
Oh.
baby.
So, what we okay, we'll move on to the second round, round of 32. As we noted before, we went to that quick commercial. Providence and Texas A&M are playing right now. Providence up 18-15 with 8 and some change to go. Who you got in that game? I know who I got.
Out of who? Providence
Providence and Texas A&M.
I like Providence,
I do as well.
but then I also feel like that's our cakewalk to the Sweet 16. The same way you thought way you thought about Oklahoma. I just think that's our cakewalk to the Sweet 16. That's
Man, I really, 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 really think if y'all run into a team that can guard that outside shot, which Providence
all.
can.
Then we'll just look. Let me tell you.
Who do you have down there? Luke May? That's it?
Who?
That's it?
Man, look. Let me tell
And
you.
maybe Theo Pinson?
Look. let me
Everybody
explain
else is
something to you.
shooters?
Our Carolina, we got some bigs all of a sudden from somewhere. That's how we beat Duke in the ACC tournament. Come on, bro. We got some bigs from somewhere.
Yeah, it's because
We
Theo Pinson played
still
big.
lead the nation in rebounding. We still lead the nation in offensive
I swear,
rebounding.
this is
And we
impossible.
still are second in the nation in second chance points.
This is impossible.
Also, fast break points. We had the most fast break points in the ACC tournament than any other team. Okay?
Blah, blah.
I'm just
blah,
letting you know what is going to. Plus, we're North Carolina, period.
blah. What
Plus,
does that
we're
have to
just
do
North
anything?
Carolina, period.
What does that have to do with anything?
Well, first of all, from now until we're put out of the tournament, because the tournament has started, please refer to us as defending national champion North Carolina. Okay? That's number one. All right, that's the first thing. All right. The second thing is understand that just like every year you think for whatever reason Duke is going to do whatever they're going to do, that's how we feel in North Carolina. That's how we feel in Chapel
That's also
Hill.
how they feel in Kansas, Florida, Texas Tech, Alabama, Ohio State.
The difference is, though, the last 2 years, it's been us. So what are we talking about right now?
1-1, but whatever. I don't.
1-1?
It's time to stop.
Did y'all even get there?
Come on, we in the tournament. Last time we was there, we won. I'm sorry.
No, the last time y'all were there, y'all lost in the first
Last time we were in a national championship situation, we won.
Right, we did too. The last time we were in a national championship situation.
All right, but you lost before then.
Y'all have never lost in a national championship.
The last time
UNLV gave y'all that go.
Yeah, they did because they were the number one team in the country.
Okay, so what are y'all talking? So what are we?
And then the following year, we dusted their tails off.
Right.
Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me.
Right. So then North Carolina loses to a Villanova last year, and then the next year we come back and win one too. It seems like it's repeating the same.
Every other national championship game we've been in, except for one, we've won.
And the same goes for North Carolina. So what are we talking about right now?
Well, you were only in 2 national championship games before 2009. After 2009, right?
What year is this now?
This is 2018.
Okay, so what has happened since then?
So you won in 2009, right?
Okay.
You haven't been. Since,
wait. Back up.
No. I'm talking about 2009 to beyond.
2005. So let's
I'm not
start
talking
from
about the
2005.
past. I'm not talking about the past.
2009 is the past.
2009 to the present.
2009 is the past. We've been there 3 times and
I'm
we've
talking
won
about
2.
from the last time y'all won a national championship.
We've been there
2009.
No,
before last year.
Okay. Right.
2009.
Okay.
And then you won last year.
Right. But we got there. We're talking about getting there too, though.
Well,
because we're talking about what our record.
Been to,
we're talking about what the record is in the national championship game. So that means that you have to account for the fact that we've actually been there. So yes,
so
last
since
year we were
2009,
there. The year before we were there. 2009 we were there, and we're 2-1 since then. If you want to go back to 2005, we're 3-1 since then. And if you want to go back to 93, we're 4-1.
Well, if you want to go back to 2005, then we're 3-0.
Okay, that's fine. But what I'm saying is go back, but you're only 3-0. That's what I'm saying. So,
but you said
we
in
got
2005 you're 3-1.
We got there 4 times.
You got there 4 times.
Right.
Okay.
So you go back to the 4th time, and y'all won, and y'all would have been 4-0. But then you go back to the time before that, y'all would have been 4-1.
Folks, I apologize.
UNLV destroyed y'all.
This was supposed to be a March Madness discussion.
And this isn't March Madness. Dick Vitale would be proud of us right now.
Really?
I really
We'd be
believe
proud of
baby.
We'd be proud of the fact that we're talking about 2 teams, and one of the teams hasn't even played their first round game yet.
So every year, Dick Vitale thinks one of us is going to win it. I mean, point blank.
He's got good taste.
I wouldn't disagree with that.
Well, Tobacco Road is the best basketball in the country.
It's Duke. It's
You already know. So anyway, second round matchups. Well, first round.
Second day matchups.
Second day matchups. Providence still up 18-15 with 7.5 to go. After that, Cal State Fullerton will play. Damn, that shows how much
Purdue.
I care about Cal State Fullerton.
They got
They got Purdue at 12:40.
Right.
And then we'll have, I don't know, Wichita State and Marshall.
We can go down the whole rundown.
We can
go down the whole rundown out of the South bracket. Number 1, Virginia, and University of who? Who knows?
Who they play for?
I don't know.
Just do it.
The only BC I know is down the street and around the corner from here.
Benedictine, Boston College,
Oh, right.
University of Maryland, Battery Creek. I have no idea who they are though. Let's
go look.
Yeah, let's look for real before we freaking.
This is straight comedy. We just destroyed
before we actually see.
Right.
Let's actually see who these people are.
So this will be.
Who is UMBC? Can somebody please tell me?
I don't know.
Evans Davis, are you still on here? Please tell us who UMBC is.
Help us out with this. They're in the American East. University of Massachusetts.
It's not Massachusetts.
UMBC. Oh, no. I'm looking at one of the games they played was against UMass. That threw me off.
I'm going to look it up. UMBC.
I'll find it before you.
No, you won't.
Man,
They're the Retrievers. I know that much.
Right. They are I see a dog. That's one thing. I definitely see a dog.
University of Maryland, Baltimore County.
Oh my God. How does that team from Maryland make it, but not the Terrapins? Worst thing Maryland could have ever done was going to the Big Ten.
Yeah, true story. Yeah, but they wouldn't have had a chance in the ACC either. ACC was strong this year, bro. We got 18. We got 9 teams in the tournament, bro.
But we're talking about who they're recruiting against, who their the revenue shares. I mean, ACC has that on lock.
True story.
Yeah.
I will agree with you on that.
TV time. We got our own network. I mean, that's on real TV. You don't have to get like the premium cable package to see it.
Yeah, true story. I agree. Okay, so I got Virginia there.
Right. So,
I
really.
got Virginia there. Said all of that
That's
to say
easy.
this.
Right.
We've got Virginia winning that game.
Easily.
I
We
don't-
actually did not even have to find out who that was. We just would have said we have Virginia, number 1 Virginia, overall number 1 seed Virginia.
Right.
We'll move on to the second round.
Right. I don't
That's
see
it.
them getting past Sweet 16 though.
Right. But I'll never forget UMBC stands for University of Maryland, Baltimore
County. You'll never forget it?
Nope.
All right, I'm going to ask you next week.
All right.
Matter of fact, when we get on the show, I'll be here again by myself. I'm going to call you and ask you what it stands for.
You probably could ask me after the next commercial break, and I ain't going to in real life. It sounded good, though.
Golly. You know, that
Creighton
was the biggest
takes on
you've ever done.
Creighton takes on Kansas at 6:50.
Kansas State, man.
I mean, yeah, man, you got me. Okay, wait.
Okay, hold on.
Let's talk
wait,
about
wait.
Kansas right quick. Hold on. Okay. You know how we talked about how the MEAC just let Central win it again?
Yes.
How did Kansas find their way back to
Because
winning
they
the
won their
Big 12 again? They were out of there.
They won their conference. I think I got a fellow guest on the line. I'm gonna see if I can't get him on here real quick. If I can cut my Bluetooth off. Caller, are you there?
What's going on, everybody?
Oh my goodness, it's that guy, ladies and gentlemen.
I knew he was going to call as soon as we
Ratings
started
have just plummeted.
As soon as we started talking about Virginia, I knew he was going to call.
Oh yeah, Virginia Tech. Virginia.
Yeah,
Tech,
so what
your
happened at
boy.
Virginia
What
Tech?
happened, bro?
I had to make a call because I didn't get my text message answered, or y'all didn't answer my question on the feed either.
Hold on, I have to leave. I have to
Let me
look.
look. Let me look and see what
Let's
it
look and
was.
see what he says. What the world? Let's see. Sean Brown says, "Who is that in the background?" Man, I thought you was asking a basketball question.
No, that was a legitimate question because I got chewed out.
If you don't get out,
Oh Lord.
who you got chewed out by? Tell it.
Who do you think?
Oh God. Do we need to talk about this on the radio?
Sage.
We'll
gave
talk
the
about it
business.
off the air. But I hope everybody's doing well, man. I'm down here in Tampa, Florida, going through my training for my service dog. Me and Peller are having a great time and going and learning a lot, experiencing a lot. Just wanted to check in and tell all the viewers hello. I'll be back next Friday. I'll be back on the air, and everything will be good to go.
So, in other words, he felt like the show was going too well right now, and he had to jump in and say, "Wait, y'all don't forget, this is mine." All right.
Nah, I had to call in because I just got a phone call that got me in trouble. So,
So can I tell you who it was, though?
huh?
Can I tell you who it is?
Yeah, who is it?
Johnny.
That's how I figured it was.
But he won't come on the camera though.
It's scary, son.
I can understand that.
Oh. Get him off you, Johnny.
Wait.
Get him off you, Johnny.
It ain't nothing like that at all.
Oh, because Johnny was about to say, what time is Virginia Tech's next basketball game?
Next fall,
Right.
October, Midnight Madness.
Midnight man.
By the way, Sean, quick question about Virginia Tech athletics. What is a hokey?
The turkey.
Man, chill out,
So
man.
wait a
Come on.
minute. The funny thing about that was that he answered it so quickly that it should have been common knowledge. I
Right.
had no clue.
True.
I thought a hokey was. I
Stop.
don't know what I thought it was.
Don't do
I'm just
that.
saying. I
See,
no
the
clue.
answer to that question is simple because if you look at the mascot, it's a turkey.
I thought the mascot was a VT. Who cares?
The mascot,
I guess. I know a Tar Heel mascot is a
Turkey.
ram. I know a
the
Blue
same
Devil.
turkey that beat Duke earlier this year.
Wow.
I'm not even gonna give y'all the business because I think Virginia Tech beat North Carolina too.
They did.
Yes, we did.
But
I'm
And
hold on.
Savannah State
but
was
y'all
number
season
one.
ended.
Can I tag in real quick? Who's home watching us play Rhode Island?
That's exactly. Hey, look.
Wait. Duke plays Rhode Island today, correct?
No,
Tomorrow.
Tomorrow? Yeah, watch out for that upset.
No, I don't think so. You said the same
Watch
thing
out
about
for that.
Iona.
I definitely said that
Who
about
needs to be
Iona.
on upset alert is Gonzaga, barely escaping their first round win.
Oh man, we talked about that too. Greensboro was strong.
But Gonzaga is facing Ohio State, and Gonzaga's a higher seed, so that wouldn't considerably be called an upset.
No. He's talking about the fact that Greensboro almost beat.
Oh
them.
yeah, we talked about that earlier. That
Yeah.
was definitely too close for comfort for Gonzaga.
He didn't hear that part of the segment. He was on the phone.
Yeah. Oh no.
Get chewed out.
So, yeah, that was too. Mark Few had dark pants on last night, but I wouldn't doubt it if he had a couple of liquids rolling down his leg after that game. Oh man! So,
I just wanted to check in, fellas. I got to get back to class.
I got you, Sean. Real quick. Who's on upset alert today?
I haven't even looked to see who's playing today. I've been up since 5 o'clock this morning training.
All right, right quick.
5 o'clock this morning training, so I'll have to check it when I get a break later today.
Oh, okay. I like Nevada to be on upset alert. Texas, I think they're going to come in. Shaka Smart's doing his thing up there or out there. Cincinnati, I don't think they're going to have a problem with Georgia State today, although Georgia State, big ups to them. Xavier against Texas Southern. No intrigue there whatsoever. Missouri against Florida State.
So
you thought I was gonna try to break something down. No.
You paused.
Hey,
I'm just saying.
I'm gonna go, guys.
Yeah, Sean, we'll let you go, man. Have fun. We'll see you when you get back next week.
Although
All right,
swag,
give me a call when you get finished, JP.
Yeah, man. All right.
although I'm not, swag basketball is actually pretty competitive. Swag basketball is competitive, but
Is it?
Xavier's not worried about it. Not at all.
Not at all.
Missouri, Florida State. I like Florida State because I'm definitely going to go ACC first against the field.
I like Missouri. Thank you.
Who else? Texas A&M, Providence. All right, that's the one that's the game, guys. We both agree that Providence is probably going to pull this out. I like Providence in that game, and of course, my beloved Tar Heels against Lipscomb.
Yeah, we're on the way.
2:45 p.m. I don't see any danger there either.
Don't.
We have TCU against Syracuse. Now, let's talk about Syracuse. Year after year after year after year, they're on the bubble.
Yeah, but Syracuse is playing very good basketball right now.
But I'm just saying they're always a bubble team. But then, just like 2 years ago, they went all the way to the Final Four.
Yeah.
So never discredit them. I think for teams who do not have the benefit of facing Syracuse's 2-3 zone, 2-3 matchup zone with the length and size of the zone. If they have not seen them a few times already this year, I think the field has a tough time preparing for it. So I like Syracuse in the field. I like Syracuse when they're in the tournament just because it was just like, think about it, just like Oregon football team. Nobody can really prepare for how fast it really is.
Right.
You know? So unless you're in a Pac-12 and you've seen them year after year after year and you just know what's coming, you know the blur, you know how to defend it, you know how to fall and pretend that you're injured. so you can get subs on the field, you know, that kind of thing. I think that's the same advantage that I think Syracuse has with their 2-3 matchup zone. It's crazy because when you talk about Syracuse and you talk about Jim Boeheim, he's been running a 2-3 matchup zone since Ronnie Cycli played for Syracuse.
Yeah.
Okay.
Then you're going
So
back,
you
bro. You're telling your age, boy.
But you know what
You're telling your age.
it's more like
Yeah.
right. Yeah. Or like Shaq would say,
yeah. Get the ball to the big man and let him dominate.
right. That's true.
Barbecue chicken.
That's true. What? Shaq fell.
My neck.
Right.
I'm back.
West Virginia against Murray State in the 5-12 matchup. Murray State is making a return to the NCAA tournament. I remember when the Racers used to be a big story.
Yes.
But that was in like the late 90s, early 2000s. They had like the most, I don't know how to put it. They were like funky design jerseys and huge shorts and like squiggly lines and stuff all over their jerseys. Everybody loved them for
They
it.
had Crayola jerseys.
Right, basically.
Okay.
Right. Then you got Wichita State against
Marshall.
Marshall got a basketball team? Oh, I didn't know. I mean,
You being real ugly right now.
I'm just saying, the only thing I know about Marshall is Randy Moss. I'm sorry.
That ain't even the right sport.
Right. But I'm just saying, that's all I know about Marshall is Randy Moss.
Get out of here.
That's all. Arkansas Butler.
I got Arkansas.
Right. I thought I was the only one that called them Arkansas. Like, people from Arkansas hate that.
Yes, they do. They will fight if you call it Arkansas.
They hate it.
Purdue and Cal State Fullerton should be underway right now.
And I like Purdue in that. And then
I like Purdue in that.
Clemson against New Mexico State. Auburn against College of Charleston.
Why I picked Auburn in my bracket, but why do I had the same feeling about them as I did Buffalo.
Right. And you see what happened with Buffalo.
And you see what happened with Buffalo.
Right. Shouts out to Jamal. If anyone knows Jamal that works in administration at College of Charleston, he absolutely came from Savannah State. He was working at Savannah State for a while.
Hey.
Yeah. You can get anywhere from here. Worked a few internships with us when Miss Paula Jackson was our athletic director.
What's the last game? Michigan State and Bucknell. No problems there, sir.
Yeah, I see nothing there to be concerned
So
about.
for right now, let's go ahead and say
I like Syracuse.
Yes, we're gonna say West Virginia, Wichita State, Arkansas, Purdue, Clemson, Auburn,
Syracuse,
and Michigan State.
I'm with it.
Okay,
right,
so we agree on something today.
Right, we
on that
definitely
side
agree.
of the bracket. Now on the other side of the bracket, South and West, we're gonna say Virginia.
I'm going with
Kansas
Creighton. I'm
State.
going with Creighton.
I'm going with
But
Kansas
look,
State.
This is the only reason why I'm going with Creighton is because remember, out of the Big East, who gave Villanova and Xavier the most trouble?
That's true.
All right, that's the
That's
only
very
reason
true.
why I'm going with that.
Still going
all right?
Kansas State.
I like Texas and Shaka Smart over Nevada.
Yes,
And
Cincinnati
should win.
Xavier
should win. I like Florida State because I'm going to just go ACC over SEC.
I like Missouri.
Against the field, I'm going to go ACC over SEC every time.
I love Michael Porter having a big game today.
Right.
I love him having a big game.
And then Providence is riding the high of getting to the Big East Championship.
Yes, they're up 24-23 right now with 2:13 left in the first half. And by the way, I don't want to. No, I'm not even going to say that.
I'll say it. North Carolina.
I wasn't going to say that. I was just going to talk about Providence's coach for a second, but I'm not going to do that because that's being mean, and I'm a nice person.
Wait, what about him?
Nope, we're not going to go there.
Come on, Shock Jock, tell me.
No, we're not going to do that.
Tell me in my ear. I'll say it. Because you know.
I know you'll say it. That's why I'm not going to say it.
know.
Because if I say it, you're going to go off on a tangent. We only got a minute and 30.
Was that him?
I don't know. He's
Was it the black guy?
Yeah, black
Oh,
guy
then I already know what you was going to say. Never mind. I already know because I know you.
Right.
Yeah.
So I got Providence winning that. And, of course, I got North Carolina
Stop by the
beating.
grocery store and get me some Debbie cakes later. Get out of here, man. See, I ain't say that in the microphone, but Prophet know what I was talking about. I knew where he was going with that too. Already knew. I'm telling. When I tell you this guy's my favorite, when I tell you that this guy sitting next to me is my absolute favorite Duke fan ever. This guy's my favorite Duke fan. Because he's just all around good guy.
Oh, God.
Crazy hands. Crazy hands on the drums, too,
Man,
by the way.
I appreciate that. I ain't working this weekend. I'm upset.
I was just going to ask you that. Oh, but guess who is, though?
Who?
Okay. I'm going to say this with a light heart, and I may have to I don't want no trouble. Nickel Bag of Funk is playing at Buffalo at Wild Wings tonight. And one thing about it, we've had some conversations over a few days or whatever about about that. And man, I'm gonna tell you, there's not enough that I can say about humility when it comes to this guy that I'm sitting next to. But I have a totally different perspective about breakups and just like how to not hold grudges, not how to not live and wallow in things from the past. And I really appreciate it. I got a lot of profound insight from your response about just some things that happened that I really don't know the whole story, and I don't really care to know the story, but I really appreciated how welcoming and inviting you were about even just revisiting and
Talking about
just like, oh man, those were the good old days, those type
Yeah,
conversations.
because they
I
were.
love it.
They were great days for me, man. I got to travel and go around the country and see the entire southeast part of our country and up north and everything. I mean, I'm from up north, but I mean, I don't have anything bad to say about it. It's just sometimes I don't know how to put this without somebody like trying to say something like I'm being a bad person or anything, but over time you tend to wear out your welcomes. Everything has to have a new phase to it.
Right.
So, it was all good, man. I had fun while I did it, and I have no ill will against that group or that person whose band that is. I have me and her are cool to this day.
Good.
So, it's all good, man. I wish her success, and I hope she wishes me success. We talk not all the time, but we talk whenever we see each other.
Right,
So,
good.
I mean, it's all good, man.
So let me go on record right now to say that I would love nothing more than to see a reunion situation with the original members. Not discrediting anyone that's ever been on the roster, because I've been a fan from the beginning at on
Tantra,
the beach. No, on the beach, bro.
Oh,
Right. On the beach, that far back.
wow.
All the way through Tantra, all the way through Wild Wings,
Right.
all the way through now out in Pooler, some private events,
Right.
Outdoor concert events, Forsyth Park,
Yeah.
and up until tonight, because I'm gonna be there. I've been a fan through and through, but I would love nothing more than just to see like that original four. Just the
Right.
man. Oh man.
I don't know. Maybe one day it'll happen. I don't know. But yeah, we went 2 minutes over our time. But we don't care because well, I'm not gonna say that. But yeah, we've locked. Have we locked everything down for the? Yeah, I think we have. I think we've locked everything down for.
Yeah, this was definitely NCAA.
Yeah,
day
this is
today.
NCAA day. It was March.
Right.
It was March Madness. It's probably
Right.
gonna be like this until we get that break
Right.
between second round and Sweet 16. So.
Right. And if I was any other sport, I wouldn't want to have anything going on today anyway, because nobody's going to watch it.
Right, absolutely, absolutely.
No, all the major networks are covered by NCAA basketball anyway. True TV, CBS, ESPN,
Right.
somebody else, TNT.
Yeah, TNT and TBS.
Right.
That's right.
Yep.
So
get
but
over
yeah,
it. It's going to
yeah.
be basketball.
it's gonna be
for them.
basketball for a while.
Right.
So, and after this, you got the NBA playoffs,
Right.
and then
Right.
we'll see what happens after that. But
Right.
yeah, we got to go. We over our time, man. It's Friday. Have a great weekend. I'll see you guys on Monday. Lee will be in Atlanta, and I might not be here Monday because I'll be on my way to Atlanta to laugh at his
No
face.
deal. I'm definitely calling in because while he's talking about basketball going on for another month in the NCAA, it'll be going on longer for North Carolina than it will for Duke. I just want to throw that out there.
Man, will you get off my show with that
I'm just
foolishness?
saying.
Thank you.
We'll see what happens when you are
I
right.
did.
All right. Rhode Island has some length and some size.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
It's not happening, sir.
I don't see anybody giving us any problems until we have to see Xavier or Ohio State in the finals. In the Elite Eight.
I ain't trying to hear that. Thank y'all for listening, man. We out of here, man. Live from Savannah, Georgia. Lee Pearson. I'm your boy JP. My boy Johnny over there not wanting to be seen, man.
Tar
We'll
Heel
holler at y'all.
Nation.
We'll see y'all on Monday.
It is what it is, gonna be what it's gonna be. You are rocking with the Sean Brown Show with JP.
North Carolina sucks.
Tar Heel Nation.